Hey folks, it's July, 19th. It's Thursday, 2018, 9:40 at night. One of the videos I did that got erased, which I edited, was about when the sun goes down here. And I don't know how well it's showing up because I have my tablet in black and white right now. There's the moon. Excuse me. To conserve power. I've had a lot of power issues. I'm living, well, I was going to say I'm living out of a tent. Actually, I'm just using a rain poncho and a ground tarp, which I had for my old tent, which they didn't steal. If you've looked at one of my past videos here, you know my tent was stolen. But anyhow, check it out. There's still lots and lots of sunlight out. And, well, I say sunlight. How about, oh, well, there is. Just not direct rays, but yeah, it'll be light out here till at least 20 past, maybe 10:30 even at night. And it's crazy because we're way up here with Canada. Still looking for a job. I've given up on looking for an apartment. If I get the job, I will get the apartment. I went out to the airport. I couldn't get into this cleaning place because you need you have to be invited in, have email proof. They've got to set up an appointment because it's in a closed-in area at the airport. So I sent them off my resume a couple of days back. I was going to call them yesterday, and I got up too late. So what I did is I dug out my alarm clock, bought new batteries for alkaline batteries, put a fresh battery in yesterday evening, last night even, and it was still running fine. The time was still running fine, and I set the clock for 9 in the morning, and then I woke up at after 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And my sleep schedule is kind of flipped over because it gets dark so late here. The other point is, right now you wouldn't know it, but usually there are airplanes just flying real low overhead. It's extremely noisy. And then the sun's coming up at 4 in the morning, just a little bit past 4. You start noticing a change with the lighting even before 4 o'clock in the morning. And unfortunately, this is the time I've been going to sleep at for the last few days here. My sleep has just been it's just been horrible. But yeah, my clock did not go off. I put a new battery in. It was working. The second hand is going around. And it still had the correct time when I went to bed. But this morning I wake up after 12. I check my clock. Did the alarm come on? And then I made it off. No, I hadn't pushed the button. And then I finally realized, well, the time's all wrong. So according to my clock, it was like 10 in the morning or something. So, yeah, and the point is I was going to get up early and call this place and say, look, I sent you my resume, I've got to be aggressive here in trying to get the job. It is for a cleaning job at the Frankfurt airport. That is exactly what I want. So, I did want a job cleaning airplanes, but that's high stress and pressure. You've got to work quickly. And the thing is, with the way my sleep is right now, that is just a no-go. So, but this cleaning job at the airport I do want. And I love the idea of working at an airport because there's so many international, it's just an international flavor. And then there's the hustle and the bustle of the airport. I just love the energy of an airport. I hate flying, but I love airports. Go figure. Sounds like a line out of Clerks. I hate people, yet I love gatherings. Randall from Clerks. But it's true. So that's the deal. I am trying to buckle down on shit here. Man, I was sipping coffee just a few moments ago. That's another key point. Shit. So, hang on. Yeah, so actually, I've got to get moving here. I've got whiskers coming in, man. Guys know about this. This is a guy thing. You get whiskers in your nose and it starts poking the side of your nose, makes you crazy. What was I going to say here? God dang it. Right, so I've got to work on my... I'm signed up with a few companies which search for jobs. You know, it's a job search type of thing. And somehow, well, I erased all the information I had at this one place. So I've got to re-enter the information. I was working on that earlier at the library and last night. And shit, I should go over to this cafe and get it finished. But if I'm going to sit there, then I've got to, you know, order a beer. I'm not going to get a coffee this late. That's rather the point. I'm wondering if I should even do this. Maybe I just go grab my stuff from my ex's cellar, my sleeping bag, my tarp, my poncho, and some food I bought. And maybe I just set up camp now. I've got to water the bushes around my campsite, because what's happening is, oh, this is what I wanted to show everybody initially. We've had no rain for so long, and keep in mind, sun comes up around 4 in the morning, and you know, it doesn't go down till after 10 p.m. And we've had no rain for weeks. Look at it. All of this city is just like this. It's just torched grass all over the place. Everything is just white and brown, and everything's shriveling up. So yeah, I've actually got to water my bushes around where I keep my tent, because what's happening is the leaves are starting to wilt, and parts of the bushes are starting to die off. And yeah, it's starting to get kind of sparse. The foliage is starting to get a little thin. So fortunately, there's old plastic, like, I don't know how many gallons, maybe a 5-gallon plastic container right there where I camp out at. And I'm going to go to the river and fill it up about 5 times and water the bushes, because, I mean, can you believe it? I'm having to water the bushes at my campsite. For me, it's funny. Because everything's drying up, man. It's been hot as balls here. We had 90s today, 90s yesterday, the day before. And this is what it's like in Germany. It's not humid. It's a dry heat like California weather. And so I like it. North Carolina is very humid, like a jungle. You'll have 80, 90% humidity, and it'll be in the 90s or even more than 100 degrees, and it's just pure hell. I hate it. I don't know how anybody can live in North Carolina, quite frankly. You know, in the jungle parts of it. Up in the mountains, I get it, but yeah, it's been hot as hell here. Wish me luck in getting this job. I'm going to call tomorrow. I've got to try and figure out how to set the alarm. Ah, shit. How to set the alarm on my tablet here. So, I've got to get up early, and I've got to call this place tomorrow. I've got to be aggressive and say, hey, can we make an appointment for a job interview? And because I've done tons of cleaning jobs, building cleaning, inside and outside, hotels, you know, janitor jobs, you name it. So, in terms of my background, it shouldn't be a problem getting the job, and the airport pays pretty well. It's more than $10 an hour, and it's full-time. And if I get the job, that means I've got my foot in the door for staying in Germany. So it's extremely important to me. Bad thing is the weather's so hot. I sweat tons. So if and when I get a job interview, I will be carrying tons and tons of paper towels. I do this every single day. I've got paper towels on me. And I'm always wiping my face down. In fact, when I was out at the airport about 2 days ago, they had some people there. They're just around the airport. You ask them for information. They're helpers, you know. They usually speak a few different languages. And I ended up joking with the one girl about how much I sweat and getting an interview there at the airport. So she was laughing. We were both laughing. So, yeah, man. wish me luck. So that's it, Dante from the world of Dante. That's what's going on right now. And I've got to get up early in the morning here. And fortunately, the planes are not flying right now. Keep my fingers crossed. It means the wind patterns are not favorable or something like that. And hopefully it lasts until tomorrow morning. And then I'll get some good sleep. I'm going to have a cold beer here from the gas station. It's more expensive, but it's the only way to get a cold beer. That's another thing. They don't have a lot of cold stuff here in Germany in terms of drinks. It's not like America where you can go anywhere and get a cold drink. Not at all. It's totally different. So, yeah, I'm going to have a few beers, try and knock myself out, and try and get up early. And I've got to figure out how to set the alarm on my tablet here. So, Dante from the world of Dante signing off. That's it. I'm just kind of going on here.